So somebody asked to see how to set up I almost said Foxy Fix, an Erin Condren on the go folio. So this is Erin Condren's version of a traveler's notebook, and you usually fill them with Petite planners. I do have some Foxy Fix as well, and Chic Sparrow as well. But this one I'm going to do specifically utilizing the folio from Erin Condren. And I don't know that you can see clear out to the edge, so I'm going to try to keep everything in frame right here. So I'm going to start off by showing you not the first book that I put in, but the first one of my Erin Condren that goes into my planner. And that is this. This is the monthly setup. I do kind of wish it was available like to where the months, it just went up, you know, to here, and then with only a few pages, and have them maybe charge a little bit less for it. Not that it's expensive, but I just like to have sets of thinner books, and I feel like maybe the reason they put this amount of lined paper in here with it is so that you're getting something of value. You know, there's more paper. It's not just this amount for the price they are charging. But I did think the other day that that the nice thing about having some lined pages is that I can tape in pages that might not necessarily, you know, loose leaf pages that might not necessarily be able to put in my traveler's notebook otherwise. And then I can also keep information in here, like these charts are from a company called In the Leafy Treetops. They make really neat faith planners, and they have some pages where you can put in information. Theirs are usually spiral bound, or you can buy them unpunched, and you can I'm thinking I'm going to cut up my pages that have the information about like my child's size of clothing and all of that, and tape those in here. Things that are going to need to stay in my planner for the whole year. So there's not much written in this because I've just moved into this one. So all that's really in here is what, this cracks me up, what our schedule was for church before we were no longer meeting in person for now. And then this information right here, I don't know if you can see that, this off to the side, that is my weeks of schooling. Like the semester is about to end in a few weeks. So anyway, so back to the subject at hand. These are Foxy Fix vinyl dashboards. I've heard that they're a little bit smaller than Chic Sparrows, and I'm not sure if that's true or not because I don't have Chic Sparrows in the A5 size, but I did have to go in and cut these down to almost 8 inches tall, and then 5.5 wide is what I had to do. Most of these papers that I have as dashboards are from Prima papers. I ordered them from scrapbook.com. I think most of them are the Lavender Frost collection. So this, I liked both sides of it. Even though this is not a pattern I normally would have chosen, I still thought it was pretty. You can see the floral behind the little squares. So I chose to just put one in this side. And then on this side, the reason I have two is because I really liked this side of the paper for this particular setup. But even though I like this side for this setup, it didn't really go with it. So I just put this paper right here. And now I don't remember whether I have gray. I think I had gray facing up. If not, I meant to. even though I like that blush side. And this paper, all the papers were from scrapbook.com, and I believe this was part of some wedding pack, this mauve and gray one. Anyway, and then you can slide. The reason I wanted these secretarial pockets is because supposedly you can use it as a dust cover and actually slide these into it, but for a pre-printed A5 it didn't quite work. It was kind of bulging out a tiny bit like this, just slightly, not as much as I'm pushing it, and the top was sticking up out about that much. So it didn't work like I had planned on it working. And again, I don't know if Chic Sarah would be different, but I still like these secretarial pockets because I can use them as actual pockets like these if I wanted. I do like this cover. It's not too busy. But anyway, and then in a second I'll show how to put all those in. But let me just show you my setup. This is my first one. As you can see, this sticks out a little bit, but the reason I left it like that was because if I am using, say, a book, Petite planner from Erin Condren, it fits exactly all the way around that Petite planner. Let me just show you. Let me show you with this one. Now, if I had a Petite planner like a gray one that I'm about to show you that's like a little bit more solid, I want this to be able to wrap all the way around it in case there's a time when I'm not using the vinyl dashboard and I just want the vellum. So that's why I left it at that length. With this tiny insert that I have, it does stick out a little bit. And speaking of that, on the secretarial pockets on those vinyl dashboards, on inserts like this, those would probably fit straight in there. If you didn't want to put any dashboards around it, it would probably be fine. But anyway, so here's my next, my first book that I put in, and this is the dashboard is actually just straight like this, and this particular paper that I have in this side might have been like a travel collection from scrapbook.com, but I liked the variations in the pink, and I liked the gray, and I liked the little mats. And then this side, I don't want to take it out because it is kind of hard to get in there on these types of pockets. This is what the front and back looked like on both of these. I don't have like I believe this is part of the Lavender Frost too, actually. Maybe on both of those. But this is what the front and the back looked like on both of these. This is not a double stacked board, and so that's what that looks like. If you want to see the insert, this was a free printable I made, just a short little thing for some to prep for a conference for church that we've got coming up. And so that I'm going to put right in here. The reason that I do like the vinyl dashboards is because paper, like my printable paper inserts like this, would end up probably like maybe tearing a little bit, and this provides some structure for it. It's not going to be the best of videos, but anyway, so that's the first one. And then my second insert, which one did I have for my second? Is my weekly, and this is another one where I have gone in and printed it. This is just a prototype. I wasn't a huge fan of how it turned out. But anyway, I left this one in the secretarial pocket. This is another of those Lavender Frost from Prima papers. And then this back piece, I think might have been the other side. Nope, this was from that wedding pack I think it just came with 2 papers, that gray. I think that's what it was from. For sure it was from scrapbook.com. It was just a plain mauve paper that I liked. And I even really like, in fact, I think I'm gonna leave this off. I really, really like the other side of this paper. I was thinking maybe it'd be too busy, like I've got too much busyness going on, because look at the back. But I don't know, I think it's beautiful. I like the rose gold. This is mostly white and light, so I think I'm gonna leave it. And then this, that's what the other side of that looked like. It's pretty, not my favorite. And then this is, again, back of this. This paper is actually Heidi Swap. And it's beautiful. I do like it, but just not for this particular setup. This is the side I wanted from that. And I think I want the busyness of that. And again, look at that beautiful rose gold foil on the inside of that, so that when it flip it, it's like this. And if I wanted, I could tuck that into there. But I like that it says weekly. And I do have these in my shop, but they're all right. The width, I tried to make them the same as the width of the calendar boxes in the Petite planner, so that the stickers could be used. But look, you can see this was a prototype. Look, it didn't even print. Like, there was a spot right there I had to go in and fix. For some reason it wasn't printing. Anyway, that was my prototype. So that's going to go in my second strap. And it looks like it's struggled to get them in, but it's really not hard at all. Okay, and then my next book that I kind of like to keep towards the middle is that monthly planner. Really is a great little planner. I like it a lot. So I'm gonna find the center on that. And I just love Erin Condren's attention to detail. Like, the stitching always matches. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I already showed you this, so I am going to put that in the next one. And then my last one is this. This is a Petite planner, a lined journal. I did not, and actually that one kind of fits just fine in those secretarial pockets. Although it does stick up a tiny bit. I don't know if you can see that. I really, 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 really love the simplicity of this book. Even though it's gold and not rose gold, I don't mind that at all. I don't mind mixing gold and rose gold. Anyway, this is the cover. I don't have any scrapbook paper in the front, and I loved the color of this inside, and I just thought it just goes just beautifully. And there is the, I don't know if you can see the stitching on that. It looks like it's kind of a grayish stitching, and that's my last book. The paper, so now at the end that I did not end up using, that I loved all of these. Again, Lavender Frost. Look at the beautiful side of that I might end up using. That's a nice rose gold. I like it. I love the birds on this. Isn't that beautiful? Those little birds. That's the back side of that. I liked this. I liked that it said farm, because that's my heritage. And I liked the back side. And there's that mauve piece. And if you can see the difference between the mauve and the mauve of this, I would call this more of a blush, but it definitely has a mauve undertone, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. I do want to put some pockets right here, and I might use some of the Foxy Fix I got. I probably will, those clear vinyl pockets, but for now, that is that, and this is what it looks like closed. I don't know how well that color shows up on camera, but it is like, seriously, it's beautiful. Anyway, sorry, I have dough all over my hands for making bread right now, but anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be uploading more videos like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy Sunday.